Yo, what's up? Welcome back to the RealTalk podcast. It's been a minute. It has been a minute. It's been a couple of weeks actually, not a minute. But
Yeah, maybe a couple of weeks, 3 weeks. Yeah,
yeah.
we've been busy though.
We have been busy. Do you know what? Summer's like it's been one of the best summers that I've lived.
Yeah, yeah, because there's a lot to do now. Now you're past 18, we're 19 years old. We can both drive finally. We can go out and do stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
We're not
that is true.
reliant on parents to drive us.
Yeah. We went to. Let's tell them. Let's tell the people what we.
Okay, so what happened? So first of all, holiday. Holiday happened.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I went to Amsterdam before that.
Mm.
For me. That was only like 2 days though, but the flipping flight was cancelled. Mate, I actually couldn't be asked for that.
So what was your? So when you saw that the flight was cancelled, what was your feeling? Were you like, let's bun this, we're not going?
It was like 1:30 in the morning. I woke up, went for a shit. I checked my phone, saw a notification from EasyJet, and basically saying, apologies, your flight's cancelled. And I thought, well, what do I do now? Like at that point, I've never had that happen before. I don't know what I was doing. I was freaking out. I was like, oh mate, what's going on? Like, I'm screwed up. I've lost my money. I'm not going away. All of this. Anyway, we decided to sort of just like, because there was a group of us going, like just to rebook it for the next day. But it was a bit of a hassle. But I managed to get all my money back, free holiday plus compensation.
Yeah, so I mean, it was a W. It was a bit of a scare, but it was a W overall, right?
Yeah, it was W overall. I mean, we got an extra day there for free. And the whole thing was free.
Extra day, but you didn't plan the extra day in the sense the duration was still what you planned.
No. We generally got an extra day.
Well, you said you went there from a...
Well, no, because what it was we were going to fly... Our flight was at 6 in the morning, yeah?
Yeah.
And that one got cancelled. And the next one was, instead of from Gatwick, it was from Luton Airport, at 8 p.m. And we were like, well, if we take that flight, we're going home the next day after that.
Yeah.
So we're going to get there, literally as soon as we get there, sleep. And then we're going to wake up, have like half a day in Amsterdam, and then we're going to have to pack our bags and then go back to the airport, right? So, okay, I say an extra day. We've got an extra, like, late afternoon, evening.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And then, like, instead of flying back on the second day, we, like, moved it to the day after. So we technically got, like, an extra late afternoon, evening, but, it was a hassle. But like I said, free holiday, I'll take it.
Exactly, still a W. Then after, we went to a completely different place than Amsterdam. Lanzarote.
Yeah, that was cold.
One of those islands there in next to Africa.
South Africa.
Yeah, that's too much. Yeah, quite good. Only 4 days again, but very hot.
No,
beach.
yeah. Technically 4 days. We went on the 5th day, but like very early. So
no, it would have been. Yeah, mate.
we had 4 nights, and then because we were gonna go for 3 nights, and then you were like, well, there's no point going home like Monday or whatever. Just like we'll do Tuesday, just in the morning.
Yeah,
So
well,
we moved it to
Tuesday whenever, but it happened to only have flights in the morning.
Yeah, that is good.
It would have been better if we went, came home later, but it is what it is. Good holiday.
Yeah, that was sick. We went. Do you know one thing I didn't imagine us actually doing, because we were debating what we're gonna do out there activity wise.
Yeah.
And we ended up just like going on a cycle. We went for like hour,
Wow.
2 hours.
You said you didn't predict it. I predicted. That's one thing I really wanted to do.
Yeah,
I knew I wanted to cycle. I mean, in my head, I wanted to cycle to one of those volcanoes. Obviously, too far away. With taking up the whole day.
Yeah.
But we did have a nice 2 hour cycle. Electric bikes,
Did.
easy.
Those electric bikes were so good. They're so quick.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it was like 30 degrees. Like I don't want to. If they want electric bikes and I'm going up a mountain,
Yeah.
I'm finished.
Yeah, and you got the worst one. You got so there's 3 options: the city, trekking, and mountain bike. You got the city one, which is like the weakest one, just stroll around the city. I got the trekking one, which was only £5 more, which was so worth it.
You weren't even meant to have that one, to be fair.
No, they just said,
just
"Oh,
gave
listen,
you
yours is trekking." I was like, "Okay, fine, I'll pay £5 more." Yeah.
That was sick though. The views were, mate. The views were sick. The time was sick. Yeah, overall. And then we did the I always
Parasailing.
No, it was parascending. That was it. I keep saying parasailing, but that's something different. Parascending.
parasailing then.
So that was sick. I'd done it before and I loved it. It's the closest thing I'll get to skydiving, and I'm never going skydiving.
You never.
I'm not risking my life like that. Humans aren't meant to be flying in the air. Same as humans aren't meant to be in the water. So why am I going to go?
So why do you fly in planes?
That's man-made. Like that's man-made thing. Yeah. Like I'm in a metal. I'm inside, but I'm like up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you're still like you're hanging.
Yeah, but that's different. Like, I'm not meant to be like free falling through the air. I'm not meant to jump out of a plane and free fall to literally to my death and then pull some flipping cotton parachute thing that keeps me up.
I guess. I mean, people get thrill from that. I can see why it could be fun. Have I decided something I won't do or will do? I don't know yet.
Yeah.
Because still very young, but yeah.
That was
overall good holiday. Nights out, quite nice.
It was good vibe.
Food was very
expensive.
not expensive. Cheap. That's the
food
one.
was very cheap but very good.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you've had this. Thing is with Harvey, he eats the same food over and over again, the same type of food at least, right?
Look, right. Let me explain this because
I know.
Right. So like everyone has favorite foods, yeah? When you're on holiday, you want to enjoy yourself and have a good time, right? I'm not there to experiment with different foods and waste my money if I don't like that type of food or the way they cook it on this. Do you know what I'm saying, right? So I'm going to stick with the food I like the best because I want to have an enjoyable time. I want to enjoy the food I'm eating in that setting, that type of thing.
But the point of exploring or experiencing, right, is that you may find there's a food out there that it's cooked differently than maybe in here, in the UK. I mean, that you will like more.
Oh, of course. But it wasn't exactly like it was a completely different culture of food. Was it? Like, you can literally, like, do you know what I mean? If I went to Japan, that's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. Well, you're not big on seafood at all, so you just wouldn't eat it. You wouldn't eat that at all.
No, I'm not big on seafood, but like Japan don't just have seafood.
No, I'm just saying where we went. That was
Oh,
nice
yeah, that's a good point.
By the island.
In where we were. But that restaurant was sick. Like, the waiter was Italian.
Yeah, we figured out, you know, he was Italian, was able to converse with him in Italian. And, you know, we went there for like 3 nights in a row, like 3 nights overall. So, you know, we were household names, and then he just gave us like rum for free, something like that.
Yeah, literally just every night we went there because we ended up going there like 3 of the nights.
Yeah,
just the vibes were sick, and because I presumably like I can imagine because you were Italian, he was Italian, he was just like, oh yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Let me just get you know you're cool. Let me just
exactly. We give him a tip. Give him a tip as well.
It wasn't shot, was it? It was like
no, it was more like
a rum or something like that.
Yeah, remember, but it was nice.
Those vibes were sick. Though you had the Spanish people singing every night.
Yeah,
all that
exactly. Yeah, it was a good holiday overall. Good holiday.
Definitely.
Then we came back like a Tuesday. So 3 days later, wireless on a Friday, and then Saturday again we had wireless. What do you make of wireless? 2023.
Do you know what? It lived up to my expectations. When I went to, it was better than when I went to Reading last year. Purely for the fact, it was more artists like I listened to. Like Reading was cool, had Polo G. That's all I really cared about, and Dave actually had Dave as well. But all the other bands at Reading I didn't really care about. But at Wireless, like 8 out of 10 of the artists I wanted to listen to, I wanted to be there and see. Do you know what I mean? So I enjoyed my time. It was sick. It was it was the Friday and Saturday we went. Sunday just looked a bit dead, really. I mean, I think D Block Europe are shit. I'll be honest.
Yeah, so
I think they're awful.
Won't spend 80 quid or 90 quid on them, so no.
Exactly. What did you because I know one of our mates, Jack, maybe watching this, I don't know, but he was constantly messaging me and I think you as well, but Carty.
Yeah.
The whole time he was like, "You're gonna die, you're gonna die, you're gonna die."
Listen, we didn't die, but I did remember quite vividly. So Kai came, he was quite late actually, and basically so the first song happened, and you know how Kai is, he would it just mosh pits, you know, just that's what it is.
I think he is a real life demon.
Probably,
It's actually mental.
And I remember vividly after the first song, you looked at me like hundreds. I was like, mate, just firm a couple more. And then when it got to like, I think he was there for about an hour or 40 minutes. When it got to like half an hour, I was like, I did it.
Exactly.
I did the. I can't do it anymore. But yeah, Very good. Mosh pit's very fun, actually. Quite physical. I'm a big statured guy, so I didn't really have any problems with that.
Well, no, you were getting pushed around as well.
But everyone was
They
getting pushed
were
around.
much. I mean, look at Haas.
Yeah.
Much like taller. Like no one's messing with him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's skinny there, so.
Yeah, but like when you see like a 6'10"
I guess.
walking around,
I
like,
guess.
you don't want to mess with that.
But you know, I was holding my own. But any more thoughts about wireless before we start ranking these twats?
Yeah, but these twats. Yeah, before we get into ranking them, I don't know. Like the vibes were sick. There were some crackheads there though. There
Oh,
were
I
some
mean, what would you
people, like-
expect?
yeah, of course. I know, but there was there was just some strange people.
Talking about crackheads, yeah, we were behind people who were actually doing cocaine.
Oh mate, my guy literally just went, just like in front
Yeah.
of us, going, "Oh, go."
And it's not like it was like for Travis Scott or Playboy Carti. It was for Joey Badass, who's a good artist, right? But he's not one you get
Bro, it was
hyped
like
for.
midday as well.
Yeah, it was about 2 p.m.,
Yeah,
3
yeah.
p.m., and he's just doing cocaine for Joey Badass.
Yeah, it was a bit mental.
Yeah. So we start with Friday. Let me come
Yes.
up with a list. Let's go with.
Top three, because there's
Okay,
obviously
okay,
nine,
I
you know
see.
what I mean? Like,
Okay. Top
well,
3.
actually no. Rank all the ones we saw on that day from like best to worst.
I can't remember everyone.
No, not yeah. Okay, the ones you do remember, like
Okay, so who do we have? We had Playboy Carti. We had.
Joe Badass.
No, it's Friday.
Oh, was it?
Friday.
My God, I can't remember now.
Playboy Carti is the only one I can
Yeah.
really remember. And then there was quite.
Oh, Metro.
Metro and Future, I guess.
Yeah,
So we just do Metro.
yeah. Yeah, just do Metro.
Just
Yeah.
do Metro.
Ice
Ice
Spice.
Spice. Ken Carson.
Ken Carson,
Destroy
Destroy
Lonely.
Lonely. Yeet.
Yeet. We weren't really there for Yeet.
We weren't, but
Yeah.
we can still rank him in it.
Yeah. It looked good. I'll be honest. Yeah, I was looking at a couple of videos
Yeah.
afterwards. Yeet looked fun.
It did look good. I just don't like the music.
I don't know.
like Yeet's music.
Yeah.
It just it was kind of dead. But yeah, out of those, let me mention who was your best that you saw.
I go.
But like, take into account everything. Take into account just the pure vibes, the crowd, the atmosphere, like the music in general as well. Like, don't just go off based of like, I really wanted to see him live and like he's number one.
Okay. Yeah. I've actually quite got a bit of a different opinion, I think, from you with this one, because I'm actually not gonna rank Metro Booming as high as you think,
Okay.
because
Controversial.
I'll be honest. I didn't have as good of a time. I thought I was gonna have a better time with Metro Booming. Maybe that could be a reason. A reason could be that I was really thirsty, really tired. My legs were fucked.
That's definitely a fact.
Yeah, so I was gone. But yeah, I'd say okay. So first, Playboy Carti, it was the most fun. Then songs were quite lit. I don't like his songs, but songs were quite lit. Playboy Carti for
Okay,
me number 1.
okay.
Number 2, I had the most fun in was actually Ice Spice. I'd say over
Swear.
Metro.
She was on for like 10 minutes.
I know, but it's the one that I had the most fun out of Playboy,
Yeah,
except
true,
for Playboy Carti. And then I would say Metro Booming.
How can you put Ice Spice over Metro Boomin?
It was good.
Metro Boomin played every single banger there is in the rap scene.
I know. Wait till Travis.
Okay, that's true. That's okay.
But yeah, I don't know. Just like from what I can remember, I was not more excited, but like the anticipation because she was a bit late.
Yeah, true.
And that's the songs. I don't know. I'm gonna put Ice Spice number 2, Metro Boomin number 3. Out of Ken Carson, Destroy Lonely. Who else was that? What else was main stage? Yeet. They were all in the same. We were
music's
there
very
for Ken
similar.
Carson and Destroy Lonely, not for Yeet, but they're all the same type of music, and I don't really like that type of music, so I'm all gonna put it at number 3, or not number 4, all the same. So yeah, again, Playboy Carti, Ice Spice, Metro Boomin, and the rest.
Fair play.
I know you're gonna put Metro first.
Do you know? I don't know though, because Playboy Carti was sick.
Was really fun.
Playboy Carti was so fun.
Yeah.
Like I've always not really liked his music, but mate, him live was nuts. Like, so.
It wasn't
good,
even
like-
him live. It was just listening to those hype songs with those crazy people around you.
Yeah, word.
That's what
I don't know. I think I have to put Metro Boomin first. There's so many factors. He's like, as a I don't really produce that much anymore, but as a producer, he's literally my idol. He's produced some of the biggest and best rap songs in the game, like the best. And to see him bring out Future as well,
Yeah.
Like, that was absolutely mental. I was hoping he was going to bring out Don Toliver as well.
That's what went in my consideration. I thought he would bring out a bit more. And I
I
know
did, but
I know Future was gonna come
it's
out.
a big ask. Like in America and Coachella and that, it's not that far for artists to come. Like they literally can just like it's not that it doesn't take that long to travel. And they are bigger festivals out there, so they're more willing. But yeah, to be fair, I thought he was gonna bring out more. Can't complain though. It was an amazing set. I loved it.
Well, again, another thing about Metro, probably because he's just a producer, right? He was just staying at the end of the stage.
Well, other than that, what else can he do? He's not the performer, is he?
I know, but I would have liked it for him to come up down the stage.
He did a few times when Future was out, but he was DJing the music, so it's understandable. I mean, I loved it because, like, again, his songs that he makes are my favorite. Yeah, so I'm not gonna complain. So yeah, Metro, Carti. Who was before Carti?
You.
Was it Yeet?
Yeah, but we
just.
I
that was someone bigger.
Nah, Yeet was 7. That's 7:45.
Yeah. So Metro, Carti. Ken Carson was lit. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Ken Carson was lit, but Ice Spice, Metro, Carti, Ice Spice, Ken Carson, Destroy Lonely. Yeet's at the bottom, man. I don't like Yeet.
Yeet looked lit though. I'm gonna put it out there if you're watching this. Well, not Yeet, but if anyone else who's watching this likes Yeet, he was lit. I can understand why you guys like it.
He was lit, and the audience was going mental, but I just don't like the music.
Yeah,
it's not for me. So.
All right, so overall, out of 10, Friday, out of 10.
Saturday was better for me, so I'm going to say 7.
Yeah, I was going to say that. That's 7. Yeah, about 7. Yeah.
Yeah. I think 7's good because I still really enjoyed myself. It's still a sick day. It's just Saturday was better. And
also, what made it even worse is that Uzi wasn't there.
Yes.
Uzi was meant to be there.
Mate, that was so annoying.
If Uzi was there, it would have been probably the best day.
Nah, not for me. I mean, I've already seen Uzi, so.
For you, I was there for Uzi, but no.
Yeah, Uzi pulled out last minute. That really peed me off. And also, I mean, a bit sidetracked, but on Sunday, Lil Durk pulled out. Literally, like a couple of hours before. I would have been so annoyed. But yeah, Uzi pulled out. He was going to be one of the biggest acts there. And they replaced him. I don't know if it was a replacement. They replaced him with Meeks.
It's not really a replacement, is it?
Like, how can you replace Uzi with Meeks? That just don't make sense.
Okay, so 7 out of 10 for Friday, pretty understandable. Now Saturday, we will start off. We'll say Joey Badass. Are we taking account the pre-guys, little band, and then the flow?
No, that little band at the start was sick.
It was pretty good.
I loved them. I think they're called. I don't know what they're called now.
Like no originals or no
guidance. No guidance. That band, whoever you are, come on the podcast.
Yeah,
they were sick. I actually really enjoyed that music. Even just seeing them perform live, I've started to listen to them on Spotify. Yeah. So that's one thing I enjoyed. Flow were kind of cool.
You know what I mean? About that band, yeah. You know the black guy with the man bun, right?
Yeah.
He reminded me a bit of Neo.
Yes.
He reminded me a bit of Neo. Do you know what?
Like his singing was kind of similar in a way, wasn't it?
Yeah. He had a distinctive voice compared to the other guys.
He definitely did. That band was sick. I definitely want to get in contact with them and see what can happen. But they were cold, man.
Mm-hmm.
I heard like a couple of their tunes before, but I didn't know it was them. Like I heard it on the radio, people just playing it. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. But yeah, they were cold. And then Flow, we'll get them out of the way. Cool.
Yeah, it was raining, so we just cut.
Yeah, exactly. Like they were cool, but yeah, not my. Do you know what I mean? Like R&B girls, I'll leave them to it. But let's move on. So I know one of your favourite acts.
Right? The favourite.
And I think it's, mate, it's like proper baby maker music. Bryson Tiller. I'll let you talk on that.
Yeah, so Bryson Tiller, what we'll say with him, I like a lot of his new song, his anniversary album that came out in 2020. He only played like 2 songs from it, Sorrows and Inhale. It's a bit sad because he played a lot of bangers. But
that's what artists mostly do, though, is they play their biggest song.
I know, but yeah, I mean, it could have been better, but it was still like, for me, even with Travis Scott, which we'll talk about later, my personal favorite act.
I can't believe that.
It's very tight with Travis Scott. It's very tight, I'll be honest. But just because I wanted to see it, there was times I would just listen to him like every single day.
Yeah.
So it's quite cool. I feel like I was like one of the only people who was singing along with him because no one really.
Yeah, along with all the girls as well.
Yeah, well, but yeah, he was very good. What do you think? Because you never really listened to him.
No, back in lockdown, banged his music out. All of his popular music, like not like like off his album fillers and stuff like that. Like Exchange, Don't, Right My Wrongs, all of them all those songs. Yeah, I knew all of them. But for me, like, nothing can beat Travis on that day, man. That was so sick.
It was sick,
like,
yeah.
Bryson Tiller was cool, but his music isn't really like hype. It's not like jumping around, like sick, like having a good time. It was very slow. Everyone's just like moving around. It was a cool act to see, with no mosh pits. It was cool just to chill for a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'd say because it's one of those things where I wanted to enjoy the music, so I just got. It's the one where we got the closest to the person, right?
Yeah.
Right. Mostly because of me. He wanted to go for number 2. I said no.
Mate, I needed the biggest shit
Yeah.
halfway through, and we literally stuck in the middle. I could not move. I was like, I'm just gonna have to firm this.
Because if you left, you wouldn't have got.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got back in. There's no way.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, Bryson Tiller, very good for me. Joey Badass, I actually liked his music. Didn't know much of his music.
No,
I know he's quite big. Most of the songs that he played, I did not know.
Hass really knew him, right?
Yeah, Hass, who was with us, he knew him. The songs were quite good. I'll be honest. They were quite. If I knew the songs and I knew the lyrics, I could see why I could be quite lit.
Of course.
After Joey Badass, Lil Yachty.
I remember now. No, it wasn't Lil Yachty.
Wasn't Lil Yachty.
There was. Have you got your phone on you?
Might be Lil Yachty actually.
Have you got your phone on you? Check if it's still on the wireless app, or just search.
I don't have the wireless app.
I'll go. Yeah, just go on Safari or something. Because I can't remember who was after Joey Badass. I feel like
it was Bryson Tiller. It was Joey Badass, Bryson Tiller.
Who was after Bryson Tiller?
Bryson Tiller was at 5 or 6 o'clock, and I know at 7:45 it was Lil Yachty.
Heady One.
Heady One.
Heady One was first. Heady One. Heady One was so sick. I loved it. You were the one that going, I want this one to be a break for me.
Yeah.
All of this, bro. Heady One was so lit. I like. It was better than I thought it was gonna be. To be fair, like I was cool, just gonna chill. But he came out. He brought out loads of artists, and was just having a good time. And yeah, the music was sick. Like, and I noticed his his signature thing. He goes like so.
Yeah.
All these little noises. I was like, my man does not stop doing it.
I think it was quite 2 words for him. A bit cute and also a bit like, come on, mate, give it a rest with the sofa.
Exactly. I think he brought out Band OK. I think it was Band OK he brought out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was sick.
And the next,
Yachty.
Biggest disappointment probably. Biggest disappointment.
I enjoyed it, but yes, it was the biggest disappointment.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. Biggest disappointment. Purely for the fact I thought it would be so much better. The only thing that ruined it, right, was because his new albums all R&B.
Yeah.
All very slow, like real drums, like nothing like electronic. And he started his set off with that, meaning the crowd just weren't hyped. And then when he started playing his hype songs, it was just out of nowhere. It just didn't fit right. It was just the vibe was off with Yachty. He was still cool, like I still enjoyed it, but. Just it was a bit of a letdown, to be fair.
Yeah, I'll say Lil Yachty. I enjoyed it, I guess you could say, but it was the biggest. What's the word?
Flop.
Flop. Yeah, flop of like
flop of
2 days.
Virus,
yeah, the 2 days that we were there.
He still played like his bangers.
Yeah, which they were good.
They were sick.
But for someone who's as big as Lil Yachty, which
I would have thought he would have done better with that.
Yeah, maybe bring out an artist or so. Even that. But nah. And then we go to a big guy, Travis Scott.
Mate, best time of my life.
Really?
Yes, bro. It was so good.
It was
everything about it was sick.
It was really good. My opinion on it, which now I'm reflecting on it because we're doing this wireless podcast.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot because I knew the lyrics, I knew the songs by heart pretty much. But I was really, really tired. By like the halfway through, I couldn't really sing because I was gone.
Yeah, you were finished.
I was finished because I couldn't. 2 days of wireless is a lot.
Yeah.
It's up there in the sense where it's quite tied with Playboy Kai in terms of how much fun I had. I had a lot of fun in Playboy Kai, and I didn't think I would. So shout out to Jack for telling me it would be fun. Travis Scott was great. Yes.
Travis Scott, right? On par with Kai, but better because I knew every song.
Yeah.
And I knew the lyrics. I knew every song.
But that's true.
You
better because of the songs. But for me, I can't say it was that much better because I was so tired, I couldn't even sing the song.
Yeah, that is mental.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
in terms of actual experience, how much fun I had.
Yeah.
'Cause
When you were telling me to film it on the Friday, I had to tell you to film it on
a
Saturday.
yeah.
How the tables are turned.
It's funny, but yeah. So some ratings. Let's give it Travis Scott.
Oh well, what is it? Are we doing like one like rating of them? Yeah. So Travis, number one man, like, of course. He was the best. Set was amazing. Music was sick. Vibes were sick. Everything. Number two, I might have to give it to Heady One.
Heady One.
I really, really enjoyed Heady One.
Really, I did not.
I loved Heady One. Heady One was sick. Heady One was cold. Who else was on that day?
Bryson Tiller. We got the guys. No Guidance.
Oh mate, I'm so torn between that band at the start and Bryson Tiller.
I mean, for me, you know who that would be, but you know.
Oh no.
The band was good. The band was very good.
The band was sick. I'm gonna have to give it to Bryson Tiller. I think I have to. So Travis, Heady One, Bryson Tiller, definitely that band.
No Guidance.
And then No Guidance, and then Lil Yachty. Lil Yachty, look, if he had just started off with his bangers, he would have made it up the list like 2 spaces. But he started off being really slow, and I was like, I mean, I remember they had some technical issues as well. That you couldn't hear him on the mic, and I could see Lil Yachty like on the big screen, going like, it's nothing, like nothing's happening. Obviously that's not Yachty's fault. That is like Wireless's fault, but
it affects the performance.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I definitely was disappointed with Yachty, but yeah, that's my ranking.
Yeah. You know, yeah. I mean, I said Bryson Tiller was up there, but I'm still gonna give it to Travis Scott. It's number one. Second one, and go Bryson Tiller. Third one, in between, No Guidance, which was very good. And
Joe Badass as well.
Yeah, he would be under that. So I would say as third, it's Lil Yachty because it was a flop. Obviously, he would definitely be number 3. Yeah. But No Guidance was like the biggest. What is the biggest underdog? I'd say.
Oh yeah, for
underdog
sure.
that did very
big,
good,
but they're not like mainstream big. Like if you know them, you know.
Well, compared to like Lil Yachty. So because Lil Yachty was a bit of a flop for me, and No Guidance was the bigger underdog, I'm gonna even it out at 3 for both of them. I can't split it. And then number 4, I would put Joey Badass. Heady One doesn't get in my list. Flo doesn't get in my list. No, I don't.
Really?
Not a big fan of those.
That's crazy.
One guy, 2 guys, and a lead chopper and Clavish. We missed both of them. You don't like Clavish. I like both of them.
Yeah, I like any chopper, but who was on? Who was on at the same time as Chopper that we saw?
It was Joey Badass.
Was it Joey
But
Badass?
Haas wanted to see Joey Badass, so we just stayed.
Yeah, I like Joe. I think I would have preferred a lead chopper purely because I know the songs.
Yeah, and it looked quite lit. I would like Clavish a lot. I like Clavish surprisingly. Didn't get to see him, but it's okay. It's okay. So as overall for Saturday, what would you give it? I'll gonna straight up say a 9.2.
I was gonna say 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Yeah, the only thing that's knocking it down was Yachty.
Yeah, and Heady One for me.
Heady One was sick. But yeah, the only thing laying it down was Yachty. It would have been a 10 out of 10 if Yachty had a good set. But yeah, unfortunately, he flopped, bringing the whole score down. But overall, Wireless was sick. I don't know what it is with festivals. I was talking to someone about it. I feel like festivals used to be so much better. Like, before COVID, definitely. But like 10 years ago. Obviously, I was, a lot younger 10 years ago. I was 9. But I feel like festivals were so much... People appreciated them way more. Do you know what I mean?
Like, no phones. No phones.
No phones as well. But because we got phones now, you can easily just see concert shit on like TikTok and stuff. And I feel like just the vibes were better and everything like that. Wireless was sick, but I feel like if you were to have Wireless 10 years ago, incredible. Like, imagine Wireless 10 years ago, you would easily have like Drake headlining.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because he wasn't as big then. Like, it was someone that you would have like headliner or Wireless. And all those old Drake songs. You'd probably have like Eminem.
Probably have like,
not Eminem.
What's his name? 2 Chainz up there.
2 Chainz.
You get 2 Chainz.
He probably would be up there, to be fair.
Jay-Z, Kanye.
Jay-Z, Kanye would have been... mate, imagine seeing Kanye at a festival. That was so sick. He's disappeared now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wireless was sick. I'll probably rate the whole festival as a whole thing, because we obviously booked a hotel as well. It's the experience of having a nice hotel instead of having to get the train back home. 8.5 out of 10.
I would agree. I would say about 8 out of 10. Yeah, it was good. It was
But
good. It was worth the money.
Scores knocked down. Yachty's performance and Uzi wasn't there, so that's why it's an 8.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, if Uzi was there, probably give it a 10 for me.
Yeah.
But on other topics, hot topiks, extremely hot topics. My guy Adam 22.
Adam 22.
He's done a bit of a stinker where because his wife is an actor of some kind, and
I can't say that word, but what he can say is an adult actress.
Exactly.
That's the right words.
I'm just gonna say she's an actor. I'm not gonna specify. But I guess you guys can, if it's Adam 22, you know what type of acting that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, why would you let that happen to your wife? Why? Well, I mean, there's some reasons.
He's genuinely crying inside. There's no way any man is like, yeah, that's fine. Proud of you. Well done. No way.
He keeps going back to the reason where it's like it's improving her career, it's progressing her career, but they are
look, right. If they were going broke,
yeah.
Still, I personally, I still wouldn't let it happen. But if they were going broke, fine, make some money. He says she's progressing in her career. She's been in this scene for how long? Making how much money?
Yeah, 7 years. Yeah.
Exactly. Like what do you mean progressing in a career? She's already at the top.
And he's quite fortunate that he makes enough money to provide for whoever needs to provide.
He does professional gambling. He does the podcast, like one of the biggest podcasts. Like, what do you mean progressing in career? That's just an excuse.
Yeah.
It's an excuse for what he let happen, for what he let slip. But mate, she was loving that. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way, like, from Adam to Jason Love. You know what I'm saying?
Love. Yeah, it's just. I think I saw an interview recently saying that Jason Love doesn't do this stuff anymore. He's off with the acting.
Yeah.
But he just came back just because Adam wanted him to. And Adam's quite big, so there'll be a bigger paycheck than what it would be usual. Because usually it'd just be like random like Russian oligarchs just trying to get him.
Yeah, true. That is a good point.
To act on some girls. But Adam 22 probably just give him more money, more publicity.
It's just, I find it so mental. It's just, I'm like, mate, there's no way you're happy with that. The fact they're married and have a child as well.
Yeah. And what would you say to the child?
That child's gonna grow up and think, like, that child's gonna grow up. Yeah, see the video Lana did, Lena or whatever her name is, with Jason Love and go, that's not Dad.
That's not Dad.
Who's that man?
Yeah, it's
like, mate. Well, when that happens, yeah, ropes. Like, what do you do as a parent at that point? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, because for me, it would be more like outside. So when you go to school, you're going to get billies.
Yeah, you will. You're 100% more. Same with Lana Rose's kid.
But you know what? I was thinking about it. I was comparing them to situations. I would rather be Lana Rose's kid than Lena the Plug's kid.
For sure.
Because
at least she retired and she's not like, she's just being a normal person at this point.
Yeah, and you can tell that was just like, it happens. Everyone else who's acting like that will end up being some type of Lana Rhodes situation. She just happened to be the most popular out of it. But the fact that Adam and Lena were married already,
they were happily married, happily had a child.
That's what you say, happily. Don't know.
Maybe not for Adam, but
he gifted her like a Lamborghini Urus afterwards,
mate, that was
as well.
fake.
Was it?
You could tell the video.
I don't have that much.
He was doing it to piss off the audience because people were taking the piss out of Adam, and he was like, "Well, look, we got our money up because of it." So you know what I mean?
No,
I just think in any situation that is so fucked up. Like, why? As a man, how could you let that happen?
Yeah. It's
in like the public eye as well. Like everyone knows. You know what I'm saying?
Because you. You know what? I'm actually quite speechless. I'm speechless.
It's nuts. Like, I can't believe they let it slip. How they let it happen.
Every person who Adam got on a podcast and they were talking about it, every person was like, "What on earth are you doing? Why did you do this?" There's no explanation you can give me that will make me be like, I see why now. Exactly.
No, it's just I just find it bonkers. That's the word for it, bonkers. Like, I literally, for me, like, imagine, like, would you let your girl do that?
No.
Exactly.
Come on. Of course not.
Like, it's a no-brainer. So yeah, that situation's fucked. It's funny, but fucked.
it's funny. It's like when you gonna forget about it? Because how long is it just gonna live in people's head?
Forever. He's gonna get bullied.
Exactly.
Adam's literally gonna get messages every day, every hour, every minute.
And you know how many like
Your wife was with someone else that she enjoyed more than you.
because you know he's always with rappers and people of the hip hop industry. And how many of them are gonna lose respect for him?
100%.
So
I just find it so funny. All these flipping memes circulating around it on Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, everything. Like literally every single person on this planet knows about it, and the podcasts that have happened and the interviews that have happened after it. So funny.
yeah. I mean, I guess is it all for money? But is it worth it? Definitely not.
It's definitely not worth it. Even even with that amount of money, like let's be honest, like they've both got a fat bag from it, but your dignity's gone. Like you're violated everywhere. Social media, real life. Imagine going in real life, going, "I saw your wife," with that other guy having a good time.
Yeah, and then he was there was, I guess you could say post-match interviews with Jason Love, right? And
Post-match,
he was talking about how like.
God.
He wouldn't let it happen to whoever he would be with. He wouldn't. He knows that
that's funny, man.
she did it because he would be so much better at it than Adam. And yeah,
I think Adam 22. Some guy tweeted out saying like, "Oh, she enjoyed her time way more than with you, whatever." Like in the video and everything. And Adam like quote tweeted it, like retweeted it, saying something like, "Well, we need something done right. Call the professionals." Or something like that. I was like, mate, how are you saying that about yourself?
Yeah.
You're literally putting yourself down constantly.
It's like, if I need to drive to Sainsbury's, I'm not going to call Lewis Hamilton. Do you know what I mean? I could do it myself.
Exactly.
It's something I could do myself.
Literally, you know what? You've hit the nail on the head right there. Literally. But, yeah, it's a bit crazy.
One thing that she said still doesn't, leave my mind, which is nuts.
Complete.
Probably the worst thing that came out of this is that she was sore for the next 3 days.
Yeah, she said that as well. You can't say that to your own husband. Like, that's mental.
Yeah.
But yeah, the last thing, we should end it on this.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think? Well, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, my prediction, I knew that Jarvis was going to lose. What did you think about that?
Well, I thought Jarvis, it was kind of a flop from Jarvis, I'd say.
It really was.
Because the way
he was chatting shit about how much he's trained.
That's what I'm seeing, through social media. What I was looking through Fraser, what I was seeing through his social media.
Yeah.
Is that he was training extremely hard. He's in America. He's here. He's going back and forward. He's in the Mayweather gym, and that performance just wasn't up to par. Like, I'll be honest, Gib is an experienced boxer, but he's not a boxer.
I think you say that, but I think Gib doesn't show anything on social media like his training. I reckon he's like trains like all the time, like really well, like with proper professionals. Probably more than Jarvis at that point, because Jarvis gassed out in like the second round.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it was a bit underwhelming. From Jarvis' side, from Anderson Gibbs' side, I was quite surprised.
Bro, he pulled out a bag, man. I'll be real. Like, I think
he said only one loss,
boxers,
right?
Like influencer boxers.
He's only lost to Jake Paul, right?
Yeah, I mean that was so long ago.
Yeah,
it's like 4 years ago.
Nah, it was not 4 years. It was about a year and a half ago. I'd say a year ago. 2 years ago.
Before COVID.
It was not before COVID.
Was it not?
No.
Oh shit. Okay.
No.
Well, at that point, I mean, he wasn't that experienced. Now he's probably been training. Like after that, I mean, after he loses to Jake Paul, he's probably thought, mate, I can't lose to anyone else. Not Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying? So he's probably just train, and absolutely smashed up Jarvis and King Kenny as well. Didn't know who the Brazilian guy was. I put out a couple of TikToks reacting to the fight. I had no idea who the Brazilian guy was. He looked like 6'9". That's all I can say. But yeah, King Kenny absolutely smoked him, and apparently everyone's saying it was one of the best boxing matches they've ever seen. I was like, really?
I mean, I as a whole,
it was cool.
Controversial. What I'm gonna say, YouTube boxing is really on the downfall right now.
It's so cringy as well.
It's
I watch it, and I'm like, it's cool, but why am I watching these people fight?
It's because it's not.
What connection do I have to these people?
There's no more big names that doing it. There's no more imagine
Jake
if Logan
Paul
was fighting again. That'd be quite in the media and stuff like that. But I'm not trying to see King Kenny or Chunks fighting next. I don't really care.
Now King Kenny's cool, but it's just it's just boring now. Like, it was cool, it was hyped, it was sick, but apart from that.
Yeah. Completely agree.
Indeed. Well, that about wraps it up for this episode. It's quite a short one. we had to get something out. We've been so busy recently, but we're gonna continue doing these. Putting
But
them out.
future episode might not be next episode, but probably the one after. We will get a guest on, and pretty
for
good
sure.
guest, pretty fun
Definitely got a
guest.
couple people lined up. I know Shay Ryder. We know you want to come back on. You're gonna come back on as soon as possible. We need to get a date. So apart from that, you'll be looking forward to that and everything. Because I think last time we had Shay was Christmas episode, which was sick, but you know, it was kind of basic back then. You know what I'm saying?
That's a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. But yeah, stay tuned. We've got some good guests, good episodes coming. We've just been really busy. But yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.